Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tumi and you're listening to Talks with Tumi. So basically I'm just going to be chatting about conversations that have been in my head for the past like 1 week, or I would say years. Just random conversations that come to my head that sometimes I just write them down so I remember to talk about them in the future. And yeah, so let's talk. And by the way, if you see me fanning myself, it's just because it's hot in my apartment right now. The air conditioner is not on because it would be kind of noisy in the background if I turn it on. So I'm just going to be fanning myself, and I hope it doesn't distract you. I really hope it doesn't distract you. Anyway, so I want to congratulate Jackie.
I was doing the Jackie intro and you totally don't want to hear me do that.
Jackie. Congrats, Jackie. I'm so happy that you're engaged. It just shows like anything could happen in your 30s. Like it shows that in your 30s you could have it all together. You don't have to have it all together in your 20s. Like I was just thinking, like, kudos to Kylie Jenner. She has a baby, she has a fiance and all of that, and she's also financially stable. Like that's amazing to have. However, like we as normal people, like this is also a word to myself. Like I don't need to rush into making it. I could build myself. Like you're going to have success, you're going to be successful, you're going to have success, but you just need to take a deep breath and work towards it. Make sure you're working towards it though. And like I said, this is a word to myself. Like I'm also taking this advice that success will come to you at the right time. Someone like Tracy Ellis Ross, she didn't really get her breakthrough till she was like in her late 30s, early 40s. It's now when she's in her early 40s that she's being recognized as a very good actress, as a comedian, as a host for events and stuff. Before, she wasn't really recognized. No one really rated Tracy Ellis Ross. She was kind of also under her mom's shadow, so people didn't really rate her. And that I'm using her as a reference to millennials now and how we need to just take a chill pill. Look at Jackie. Like Jackie started YouTube when she was, if you just scroll down to Jackie's page, it's been like since 2009 or even 8. Like she's been doing this stuff, and consistently she's been doing it. Like I was also thinking of YouTube. When you first start YouTube, or you first start something, maybe like podcasting or a business, it starts very, very slow, but I guess it's just consistency that matters. Like if you're consistent, that people tend to see your hard work, and you tend to build good audience, not just the audience that will flip, like people who have actually been following what you've been doing. As you would know what's best for you in your late 20s, early 30s. You would know, like, okay, what city should I move to leave? Like, and now personally as an immigrant, I'm still debating, do I go back home or do I stay here? Like, where is the right place for me? Like, there's so many benefits of staying here, and there's so many benefits of going back home as well. But like I feel like right now, I've been thinking about this since forever, and I still haven't made that decision, and I'm trying to rush myself to make that decision. But I feel like in about a year or two, I would be able to make that decision. Especially 2 years, I feel like I would know exactly where I want to leave, where I want to start, where I want to have a life. Because you need to know these things if you're going to have a career. These are all the thoughts that are going on in my head. Like, oh my god, I'm just rushing it right now. Like I just need to relax. I'm just rushing my life right now. And I'm so glad Jackie got engaged, because it just opened my eyes to, like, to me, relax. Like everything is going to be fine. Everything is fine. And going back to dating, one thing that I was talking about, like explaining to African parents, is the fact that dating is kind of like, I personally see it as writing an essay. You need to search for an article that goes with that essay, maybe multiple articles, but one article has to be very good. It has to match to your theme, exactly what your topic is. That one good article has to do the job for you, compared to the other articles you have. So you have to click on the advanced search, right? Filter everything, but you can't filter it too much, because if you filter it too much, you're not going to get a good article. So that's how I consider dating, where you can't really filter too much. You have to know what you like, what you want, and bring it to the table. You can't filter too much. I'm like, this is what I want, 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 this is what I want. Of course it's good to filter, but doing that too much wouldn't give you something you like, something you want, you know. And that's one thing about explaining to Nigerian parents. No, don't be picky, don't be this. Why wouldn't I be picky? You paid for me to go to school, to look good, to look fine, fine girl, to look fine, to dress fine, take care of herself, and then I'll not come and marry one ordinary looking guy with nothing to offer. I'm the one that is offering more. It's hypergamy, guys. We're moving up. We are not moving down. Like, I'm not going to beat myself up about it, because at the end of the day, in your 30s, that's when your head is right. That's when your brain is developed. That's when, you know, you can actually, that's when you know yourself. You know your actual identity. Of course, at 25, you should know your identity. But at 30, at 35, you know exactly who you are and what you want from life. And that's why we millennials, we don't need to rush into it. Like, I really respect our hard work. I respect us. I respect our hustle. African parents, I love you guys so much. But you need to take it slow with us. At like 15, 16, 17, nobody's talking boy or girl problems. Nobody wants to have that conversation. And then suddenly at 22, where is your fiance? Where's your boyfriend? Like, did you give me one? Suddenly they want to have that conversation. Like, everybody wants to talk about wedding bells at the age of 23. When is your boy coming? When is your man coming? When are you going to wife her? When are you going to put a ring on her finger? It's like, relax, guys. Like, I would do it at my time. And Nigerian parents don't also understand that dating then is different from dating now. And people now necessarily want to do what they want to do, not what their parents want to do. Some people don't want to get married, and there's nothing wrong with not getting married. Like, there's totally nothing wrong with knowing that marriage is not for you and actually not doing it. Personally, I love the idea of marriage. I love the idea of having a family. Therefore, I want to get married. But some people know themselves and they know that this is not for me. This is not something that I want to do. But having, you know, African parents, it's not normal not to want to get married. Like, it's just not normal. And again, like, the dating, I feel like a dating life also has to do with, I won't say for me, but pretty girl struggles. That's another topic for another day. The misconception that pretty girls are very intimidating. The misconception that that's something that I keep thinking about every day. Although it's another topic, but it's pretty girls, the struggles pretty girls face. Like, people don't understand that pretty girls are also human beings, and bullying started from somewhere. It starts from somewhere. Bullies bully pretty people as well, not just people who aren't attractive. They bully beautiful people. There's a misconception that that's stupid or that hardly happens. It actually happens, even much more, because of envy. That is the truth. But people just don't think about it, or it pisses people off. It irritates people when people start to talk about stuff like that, because we have other issues in the world. But to be honest, it's not stupid to talk about it, because at the end of the day, it's a struggle. It's something that someone is going through, not because they asked for it, but just because of how they look. Like, now, of course, they do appear to be intimidating. You know, they do appear to be intimidating, but it doesn't mean they're mean. It doesn't mean they're the B word. It doesn't mean that. It just means that they look physically attractive, and that could be intimidating to you or to someone that is not as attractive, and that's fine. That's fine. There's also bad misconceptions that pretty girls are silly or lazy or dumb. They're not smart. That's one misconception I don't like. You know, or they don't work for what they have. Maybe, like, you see a pretty girl with a car, beautiful car, beautiful girl, beautiful outfits and stuff, and you just assume that she didn't get that, like someone got it for her. It's very annoying though. Like, if I see a very handsome man, I already know. I don't assume he had a sugar mommy or sugar daddy, or his parents got it for him, or he's doing the weird business. Like, I don't assume that. I just assume that he worked for his money. But for a pretty girl, it's more of like, no, she has a man taking care of her. Her parents are giving out all of that. No, why? Because she's cute. She can't work from the bottom to the top. That's a very terrible misconception. Even being friendly is flirty. Like, being pretty, being friendly is flirty. Like, you can't even be friendly with someone or say hi to someone's boyfriend because it's like, oh, why is she saying hi to you? Like, why is she saying hi to you? It's like disrespectful to be very beautiful and to be saying hi to another person's boyfriend. And then when that person starts to find you attractive, is that your fault, or is that the person's fault? Like, your fault or the boyfriend's fault? That's something that I usually don't understand, but everybody would come for the pretty girl. It's like, I didn't ask for this. I did not ask for this. Just like I didn't ask for me to be catcalled everywhere I go to, or to be sexualized at a very young age, right? So it's something I wish people should understand more. And before you start to look at that girl on Instagram and assume she's a bitch, assume she's this, assume she's that, just why don't you just think and wonder, like, what is she going through? Isn't she just a normal girl like me? Why don't you just think like that instead of thinking, oh no, she's fine, therefore. This. This is just the things that have been in my head. And lastly, I want to thank you guys for listening to me talk and listening to me rant and have conversations with you, and also tie my scarf as well. I hope you tune in next week again. I'm going to be doing much more stuff, conversations with my friends, and also vlogging. So you should stay tuned. I hope you have a lovely week. Bye.